Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No! Get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
After a big afternoon of shopping, there's nothing better than some Mexican food and a nice little drink. Come on down and enjoy a nice Mexican fiesta.
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before.
Let me hear you say, Bloom that ass. Bloom that ass.
This bloomified menu starts at $13.99 and it's gonna blow your bloomin' mind.
Good morning, all. On this hot morning. What is the temperature? Let's have a look. I got up and you know when you get up and it's hot? I don't know if I like that. It's already 25 degrees, which is what? I don't know. Just warm. Don't want it. Don't like it. Well, I suppose I probably shouldn't complain. How the bloody hell are you going? I totally dissed Sheldon yesterday. I was like, because he said, oh, yeah, I backed. And I was like, did you back? And I looked and I'm like, oh, I didn't see anything. And then I looked afterwards. Yeah, he did back. He did a huge back. Apologies for that, Sheldon. Thank you very much again for backing. 25 degrees is below freezing in civilized nations. Well, I don't know what it is in your weird old speak. 25 degrees is lovely. It's lovely in the afternoon. I don't know if I want to wake up to it. Hashtag justice for Sheldon. Totally. Well, the justice will be he'll get some awesome books when I'm finished with them, which will be soon, actually. Been making good progress. I hope my aircon isn't what's it called? Noisy. But if it is, let me know. No first today. So I don't even have to upload anything. We got this one. We know that's nothing. Hail Mo Biggs, Golden Wrench. We got Marinus in the house, aka Darksiders Comics. We got TA here, just in time. We got a Merry Christmas from Citizen Ronan. I've put up the Christmas cheer, as you can see. What's up, Dave? Great to see you here. Forredstein's Monster. That's what it is. And I see Dave thinks he can come in now and snag a first. Do I even have one for you? I don't know if I do. I mean, I will put one there if I have one. Let me have a look. Have you ever gotten a first before? I'll swap it to this view. I don't know if you have. You're not in my library of firsts. Sorry. You just have a spiritual one. That's how it's going to be. What are these characters for? These characters are for a character sheet that I am preparing for a script that I'm writing for a story that I'll be making at some point in the future called The Lucent Tempest Born, which is set in the year, but quite decided, sometime between 400 and 500 AD in the Great British Isles, in the Highlands, somewhere around Wales and Scotland. There will be Norse warriors. There will be wizard types. There'll be rabid animals. It's going to be a lot of fun. But there's obviously going to be a different look for a lot of the characters, so I need to kind of figure that out. And that is what I'm doing. No, Jacinta. The Ku Klux Klan robe. I'm wearing a character sheet. I'm sure Mo is referring to Jacinta Allen, our illustrious premier of Victoria. Wizards like actual magic or crazy people? Well, magic in the sense of Lucent stuff. It was everything within the Lucent pantheon. So not magic like Harry Potter magic, but things that are workable within the world that I've established. I like to, with the history stuff, I like to take the legend and then kind of ground it a little bit and, not make it super realistic, but a little bit more realistic, a little bit more believable. And then that's where the legends come from. So Mirth and Wilt is the inspiration for Merlin, and Merlin is this, crazy, does all this stuff, but Mirth and Wilt was just a madman in the forest. I've turned on monetization for the live streams because all of my live streams were getting blocked because of the things I was using. So I'm trying to be a bit, proper that way. So that's why you will be unfortunately getting some ads, but hopefully you can just skip them. And hopefully I set it on the lowest category, but I don't know what that means. So the magic of ginger root hands and traveling through water pipes. Exactly. There will be water magic, but also a different kind of magic, which hopefully should be pretty good. So boring magic. No. I love the scene in the 5th Harry Potter movie where Voldemort and Dumbledore go at it against each other. There won't be any big flying dragons or anything that they conjure, but there will be other cool stuff. Mo says the most powerful spell involves using alchemy to turn a picket fence into a radiator. Bancroft's magic can even make a woman in a white t-shirt in the ocean's nipples disappear, smooth them out. Yeah, see, it may not be as flashy, but you know, it's definitely something. Was the Robin Hood law the same time as the Merlin law? I think Robin Hood is in the medieval period. So Merlin law is sub-Roman kind of 400, sort of, you know, definitely before at least the year 500. But Merlin wasn't written until well into the medieval period. So it was like, you know, like today in Netflix, they'll modernize the old stories. That's exactly what happened there. So they modernized old folklore. And that's how you got Arthur and Merlin and all that sort of stuff. Whereas Robin Hood is definitely folklore from much, much later. So I think, you know, definitely after the probably even, I would say, after the Norman conquest. I was going to say definitely after the Anglo-Saxons, but even after the Norman conquest, so quite a while later. All right, what am I trying to do here? Oh, I'm trying to record it. Right. Recording, because I will be making a short screen record of this little lad. Spoiler, if you have read, where is this? If you have read The Lucent, 1066 says Raiden Radio. I mean, you might know. I don't know. Oh, that's the Norman conquest. Spoiler alert. This boy has the name Alexander, the same as this guy, in modern day France. What's going on? So Melon actually spoke Hood. Melon spoke Welsh, probably. All right, I've got to remember how to draw now. Knuckle down, get some drawing done. Let's do it. Always tend to start with the eyes. I don't know why. That's what I've been doing. So that's where we're going to go. Opacity is not at 100. Sort that out. He's kind of, I actually made him to scale. So it's even smaller than normal, which is fine. Not according to Netflix. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what, like, Geoffrey of Monmouth took folklore that already existed in Merthin, and yeah, it was like, hey, we need like something to, you know, galvanize and legitimize whatever the hell's going on here in current day London. And so that's where we got Merlin from. At least that's my understanding, my layman's understanding. I mean, I think I know more than your average person, but not terribly much more. Shout out to Clark, who may be listening in the car right now on the way to school or waiting to get into school. It's his last day of grade 2. Netflix believes he couldn't properly conjugate his verbs. How dare they? Robin Hood robbed letters from the hood and gave them to the Welsh. I mean, if you say so. I'm giving him kind of like he's trying to be tough, like a warrior's scowl, even though he's a little kid. You guys let me know how old you think he looks. Because I was like, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna draw him, this year, how this old or whatever. And then I realized that I may draw him younger or older, and I'll be like, I guess like that's what he is, So you guys let me know how old you think he is once I've sort of drawn him. I'm trying to make him like have softer features than I normally would because he's a kid, but I don't know. A bit rounder in the face. "12" says TA. That's sort of around what I was thinking, but we'll see. Drawing kids is kind of tricky. They're easy to stuff up. Hello, hello, some person. He never robbed any vowels, though. You guys are getting very literary in the chat, and I love it. I'm here for it. Are we sure he still believes he's a he? Who, the boy? I mean, he does have a big, long, kind of braided. Would you call this a mohawk? Now, how will I going to draw this? It's like braided. I guess I'll draw the outline. If it's off center, it's a Rob Hawk. I'll try and keep it centered. I mean, they wouldn't have had mirrors, I would imagine. Would they? When were mirrors invented? He has a long way. Oh, braid. Yes. Keep your minds out of the gutter. We're drawing a child here. I mean, he's a warrior child, but a child. What's up, Jim Alaska? Great to see you, my friend. Been a while. All right. Let's just finish his little braid here. I was researching whether children had tattoos. And then I found out that there's no super strong evidence that even Vikings had tattoos. There is mention of them, but it's not like, like sort of what we imagine. That's what Vikings had. They were tatted up. But it's actually kind of scant. The actual evidence is just sort of like offhand statements and reports here and there. It could have just been paint for war. Reflections were invented by Thomas Jefferson. Oh, okay. Well, wow. Good on him. He really did some things, that guy. You guys should be proud of your, and you know, Franklin invented electricity. Jefferson invented reflection. Legend has it that Valley Law never saw his own reflection until the first time he gazed into your eyes. Drawing a young Rob? Yeah, kind of could be. Kind of could be. All right, where do we go next? I'll just do the out. I won't do all the bits and pieces of the fur, but I'll do the outline of it. A cute girl. That's a boy. Do I do his like shaved bit, or is it a close shave? I think I'll just leave it for now. I might. I want to overdo it. What's up, Mr. Monkey Boy? This is kind of like Kratos, you know, from God of War, and his son. I guess it's sort of a similar dynamic. Who was I chatting to about that? Oh, it was Matt Burke. Everyone should go sub to Matt Burke. He does great little live draw streams these days. They're really good. He gets a good little crowd in there. I don't know how he does it. He gets like a lot of he does them in the vertical format. He just gets random people turn up and go like, "Oh, this is great." But anyway, we were chatting about God of War and how hard they were. I never finished the third one. I don't think. I remember getting super frustrated with it. So I'm hoping this one, because it's smaller, it should be easier to finish. Get a bit of it done anyway on the stream. Burke and Hare? No, Matt Burke. What was Matt's book called? It was like a bone something. I can remember. It was a character with bones in it. This is not a girl. Look, he's a strapping young lad out on an adventure with his pop, Harold. This is Alexander, son of Harold. At least with him, it's easy to know. We've made one hell of an action game here. It's only missing that one thing that's makes it perfect. What's that? Quick time events? Huh? You know, like you're suddenly playing Parappa the Rapper. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mo. Is that what God of War did? I don't remember that. And you remember playing Kratos. It's kind of because what do you call these arm guard thingamabob? I suppose I should do the other side. Butch Cleaver, that's it. Butch Cleaver. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Butch Cleaver. I knew the Parappa the Rapper would be more obscure, but Dragon's Lair would have sounded less out of place. Right. The name of the book. Oh, yes. Butch Cleaver, yeah. I don't think I got that one. But man, actually, speaking of Matt, his art has really improved leaps and bounds since I remember helping him promote his uh, Butch Cleaver books. It's important to give kids their little noodle arms. No definition. This doesn't come in until like, I don't know, 16, 17. I always remind my son of his little noodle arms. And he's powerless to defeat me. Very important. Kiki the Ramen Warrior. All right. This is going to be sort of like the front side of it, I think. Apologies for the silence, but focusing. All right, pretty happy with that. Dragons led Don Bluth. I don't know what you guys are saying most of the time. To his shield. Every young warrior boy must carry a enormous shield. Rite of passage. Don Bluth did the animation for Dragon's Lair. I'm not even sure. I've heard of Dragon's Lair. I don't know if I know what it is really. Probably come as no surprise. Was that? Oh, hang on. That was. I think Mo showed me that ages ago. It's like a It's like an interactive animation game thing. Is that what that is? Some person says Dragon's Lair is probably called Big Goanna Hunt in Australia. No. I think it's that thing where it's like it was a choose your own adventure animation thing, and I was kind of blown away that it existed. And I was like, I'm gonna check that out, and then I never did. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I remember being pretty blown away that quality of animation was just like a choose your own adventure thing. I remember that. But that's probably as far as it got with me. All right. I don't like how I originally drew these axes, so I went and I found a reference of one that looks a bit more, I don't know, Norse. Is that a word? So Don Bluth did an Indiegogo campaign for Dragon's Lair animated trailer to pitch to studios for a movie. All right. This is starting to somewhat feel a bit more oh God, what am I doing here? Overthinking it. Don't have to put in too much detail. My God. Yeah. Anyway, it's a shame I can't rotate because this is going to be difficult to draw. I got to kind of angle myself to get this thing here. I can't rotate because I'm recording it. All right, so it's going to be more straight and thin. Maybe not that thin. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's good. I like it when we confuse him. It's not hard to do. 1983. See, I was 3 years old when that happened. And yeah, probably wasn't watching cartoons. Netflix picked it up, but wanted to do a live action with Ryan Reynolds. I like Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he sort of just plays Ryan Reynolds. That's a problem. But I like him enough. Animated sounds better, though. Razorfist was talking about he was rewatching all the Turtles movies. And I was like, and you're sort of like saying what he thought about the different ones. I was like, I don't think I ever saw the third one. And so I watched all the trailers and I'm like, yeah, I vaguely remember the second one. I remember I didn't really like it. And I don't think I ever watched. I have no memory of whatever I saw for the third one. And he said also watched the 2007. I'm like, they made a Turtles movie in 2007? So I watched that trailer and it was kind of like animated. And I was like, this actually looks pretty cool. Like they kind of looked like sort of not like turtles, because turtles don't move like that. They kind of looked more amphibian the way they moved, almost like a frog. It was pretty good. Still, I don't know if I'll probably won't watch it. The whole point of that story is to say animation's probably cool if it's done right. Turtles 3 went straight to VHS. Well, there you go. That's probably what went down. I thought it was going to be, because they travel through time, I thought it was going to be called Turtles in Time. But I was disappointed. May have gone a bit overboard on the size, but that's all right. He likes a big axe. Turtle Time was past its prime. Yeah, I know. They should put Ryan Reynolds and Jason Momoa in a movie together and have them play each other, because they can't play anything else but themselves. I don't think I've ever seen a Jason Momoa. The only thing I've ever seen Jason Momoa in is Game of Thrones. That's it. That's how I was introduced to him, and that's where it sort of stayed. And he was fine. He was like a, what was his name? Dothraki. I have zero interest in Aquaman, as you well know. I'm not a DC guy, and yeah, that movie didn't really look that appealing to me. Jason Momoa in C is cool at first, but comical as it goes on. What is C? And I probably should draw the axe first so I know where his fingers go. Everyone is blind in C. Is that a new movie? No, a couple of years old, and it's a series on Apple. Must have missed that one. We don't always have Apple. I like the Apple stuff. I like Mythic Quest. I like... Is Severance? That's an Apple one, isn't it? I like Severance. That was good. I think I've failed to draw a finger here. One, two, three. Okay, another one. He needs another one. Give him another one. Give him another finger. Probably gonna use it. Is that child Viking gonna fight a baby bear? Sure. Yeah, why not? Like I said, I wanted to somehow fluff the history a little bit so that they can fight lions, bears. What else? What other kind of animals do you think they would have as like part of a menagerie of exotic animals that they would take to England, being, you know, Roman elites, and then leave them there and abandon them. A cocaine bear? What's up, Stato? Let's go sort of like the top of his axe. Yeah, definitely lions. Wolves. Wolves are already there, yeah. There are wolves in England, I'm sure. At least you would imagine there would have been at this point in time. But you could have like maybe like a big European kind of direwolf kind of thing. You know, you don't have to be super duper accurate. You can stretch things a little bit for fun, make the story cooler. Maybe not lions, maybe tigers. Well, yeah, remember they would have been brought over by the Romans and left there. So, you know, kind of do what we want. And because the guy Merton, his whole shtick is he talks to animals. That's his thing. That's what he does. That's the folklore. So I'm gonna still like take what I'm guessing was meant that he is a madman talking to animals and they're not talking back. And I'm gonna twist that a little bit and make a bit of a situation out of it. I think this axe is a bit weird. Will he have two ferrets that steal for him? Merton? Yes. The boy? Probably not. He's already wearing... The boy's already wearing... I don't like this at all. I'm trying to like match it up with this and it's not working. I think it's the perspective. It's on a sort of a weird angle. Well, I could just be overthinking it. That's very good. As if Bancroft has seen The Beastmaster. You know I haven't. That sounds like something more like Rob would watch. Beastmaster. Like, oh, you've seen all the Beastmasters. England had bears and wolves in the time frame you talked about here. Really? Bears? Really? Well, that just makes it even more believable. I'm going to do some research into that. Bears. Bears in England. Awesome. I think it needs a bit more of a kick here. I didn't even know that bears were in England. I know there used to be a European lion that lived quite late. I know that. He's got that Tom Poe haircut. I thought it'd go for something a bit, you know, Norse chic. Bears were killed off during Saxon invasion. Wolves were killed off by the Normans. Thank you very much. Well, that just makes it even better. I had no idea. Well, so the wolves were there very late. Huh. You learn something new every day. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, okay. What are we doing? Viking kids? Yeah. This is the son. Remember that Norse warrior? I mean, this is it's pre-Viking, but it's pretty much the same. You know, the same people. This is his son. So we've already drawn Harold, the old man, the bald man, and now we're drawing his son Alexander. So this is Alexander, son of Harold. I did end up going with was it Cranberry or Michael Deacher who's in the chat? Who said Baldur? I think it was Cranberry. I think I did end up going with Harold, son of Baldur. Because I think it's early enough that it doesn't really matter that it's the name of a god, because it could be that's, you know, something interesting. Oh, that sucked. What am I doing? Your 2018 talking points are not working anymore, Bandcroft. You're failing just like the Ripperverse. What am I saying? What was I saying in 2018? I mean, I was just on Twitter in 2018. I was saying pretty much, yeah, I guess I haven't changed my tune. That's true. When I think about what I was worried about in 2018, it's pretty much the same stuff as I'm going on about now. So yeah, that's pretty, as Bo says, on point. Bancroft, enough of your 2018 Viking child talking points. Exactly. It's all anyone was trying to do back then was just grift off the Viking hype. You know, probably that show was out, Vikings. Ragnar. It's time to move on. Yeah, I'm just trying to, this is no way to run a business. Just trying to stand on business, mate. So it's better. Sometimes people come in with a prepared message and don't care if it fits the discussion or has any relevance. Who would do such a thing, Mo? Who would possibly get that idea? Outrageous. This is all going to be kind of like blacked out, so I don't know. There's going to be some fur in here. Yeah, I don't put in too much detail. I miss 2018, your boy Zach. More so 2017, that was prime Zach. I still have the link. I still have the link in my email for the 2017 Dark Roast. And it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know if you saw that documentary thing on, it's pretty much just about the old days of CG. He actually had the Dark Roast. I thought that was lost to time. I haven't seen anyone who's had it for a long time, so someone obviously kept it. Stato says, never got into your boy Zach. Only got one of his books because of Kelsey's art. Yeah, I didn't like the books. It's so funny. Back in 2015, 2016, I actually came across Zach selling his original Jawbreakers one that he drew himself originally. I think he was giving it away. I remember looking at it going, I'm good, bro. That was obviously before, you know, I knew anything about him. And then so I was surprised. I was watching his videos, and then he shows Jawbreakers. I'm like, I remember this. But yeah, when it came to the books, I didn't actually like any of them. I tried to, but it's not my thing. Your boy Zach says, I shaved half my head yesterday and dyed it green. Woke is cool now. Become part of the Borg, Michael. Embrace it. Never. But you know that in the book 2 of Jawbreakers in Lost Souls that Kelsey drew, the art's good. It's all right, but it's amazing. You know, the progression that Kelsey went on from that time, 2018, to the last time we ever saw him. What was that? 2024, 23? Probably 2023 now. Anyway, the progression from that to what he was doing, say, with Nexus and just some other stuff I saw he was working on. Holy cow. Trajectory. Zach still owes me 3 books, which I have a feeling I'll never see. Oh, really? I think I got all my books, but I stopped backing, so you know, he did. I thought I'm gonna not back anymore, and then he got me with the $1 comic. I'm like, oh, whatever. You know, a collector is always a collector. If it's gonna be $1, okay, fine. But then I got it. I think I didn't even read it. I was like, okay. Mo says Zach has actually been catching up in his fulfillment issues. Oh, good. Lazen says, I'm fascinated by the lore of the Norsemen fighting the Skraelings here in North America. Some of the native tribes have their own legends about the encounters. I haven't watched any of the videos, but I have heard that, yeah, the Vikings were in North America way earlier than originally. I think, is that what you're talking about? Or is that like some other established thing? I'll check it out. I don't know who the Skraelings are. What's up, Well Read? No says, I actually think Jawbreakers is an okay series except for the $1 book. $1 was too much, that trash. No, for me it fell off on the second one. I like the first one was like, all right, it's a, you know, it's a good introduction. The art was great. But you know, I felt like, okay, I still don't really know like who these guys are that much, but that's fine for the genre. It's not a problem. But and then in the second one, I just found it was too incomprehensible. I read it multiple times and I still didn't really understand what was going on. It's like, I remember they had the God gun. I'm like, what is this? Where was this introduced? Is this a thing? And it was like key to defeating the bad guy. I'm like, what is it? You can't just introduce things like that willy-nilly. But anyway. That was actually one of my first videos was a review of Jawbreakers, and I don't remember it being particularly positive. What's up, Valley? Are you doing a hardcover for Fractured Mind? No. I think the minimum for a hardcover anyway is about 40 pages. And Fractured Mind is 36. You know, if I could add in extra stuff. But I do plan, like, for instance, the book I'm working on that I'm doing character sheets for here now. Like, once I get enough of them together, like maybe the 2 of these together, They make a hardcover of that. But no plans as of right now of doing a hardcover for this one. But yeah, no, never say never. And great to see you. We believe that Valley was instrumental in me getting my Twitter account back. We believe. We don't know for sure, but I mean, faxes were sent, letters, and then the account was back. So, I mean, what else can I infer, really? What's the symbol on your hat? This was from a good friend of mine from years ago called Antoine Dennison, who was a regular in the chat. He was thinking about making a comic. His life situation changed. I don't think he ended up pursuing it, but originally he did. Anyway, he made a whole lot of hats. I don't know why. I guess he got a good deal on some hats. And it's just a great fitting hat. I've never come across a hat that just, because these are made all, it's the same company. It's that Flex Fit, but they make them all in different mills all around the world. And sometimes you get them and they just don't fit that well. This one does. So I'm sticking with it. And shout out to Antoine. He actually still watches. He commented on a video of mine the other day. He sent me a lot of stuff like hoodies and just cool knickknacks from around. He lives in a beautiful part of Colorado. Bedroom bid. You don't need to tell us how you got paid, how you paid Valley Law back for the favor. What goes on in your bedroom is your own business. Looks like a logo for an anti-woke company that sells camping gear that owns the SJWs. It is a bit, yeah, it's supposed to be a bit like an army kind of symbol, I think. Oh, shit. Well Red's on a 30-hour of 36-hour fast. You're probably not hungry at the moment, I would imagine. Hour 30, you've passed all the pangs, but good on you. Well into the what do they call it? Apathy, whatever it is, the cell fixing phase. What's up, Bat Sauce? Mo says he's seen an article or two about how camping is racist, so yeah, it would work. All right, got a little bit of time left here. Let's George says he lives in the lame part of Colorado. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Colorado is too beautiful to just give up to crazy people. The landscape is, like, in terms of some of the best in the whole world. From what I've seen, I never actually went, but one day I will venture over there, check it out for myself. All right, I probably should just be pretty kind of loosey-goosey here for the outline. We need it. We need to turn it Rocky Mountain High Tea. I love that song. Well Red says California, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Yep. Another place I'd love to get to. California moved to Colorado and effed it up. That's what they do everywhere, isn't it? I live in the, I guess, yeah, is it really California? I wouldn't say it's California because the weather just is not the same. Maybe more like the Oregon. of Australia. So I do sympathize. I hear that other parts of Australia are still kind of Australian-like. I need to venture out and see how much of it still exists, because it's not really around here all that much. You know, I tell you, I like drawing these kind of like just animal hide boots and things. You can just do whatever the hell you want. That doesn't really matter. Bancroft has actually been to California. That is true. Raiden says, if you've seen Buc-ee's, you've seen America. I have seen Buc-ee's. Camel and his lovely wife. Bancroft's actually been to California. He never left the airport, though. He panicked upon meeting his first non-Aboriginal black man. That guy was so cool. Like, he just, it was my first ever real interaction with an American in America. Obviously, you know, I've met many Americans abroad, but in America. And he was just so nice and interested. And you guys might not realize, you know, because you live there and it's day to day, but I know I think Americans are they're pretty nice people compared to everyone else around the world. They're very friendly. They're very welcoming. And I got a good old fashioned San Francisco welcoming at the end. This guy. And I'm not an extrovert kind of guy. You know, like, I don't really talk to strangers. This guy just came right up to me and he was like, we were having a conversation. That was good. Be thankful your first real American wasn't TJ. No, this guy was he was dressed in full basketball gear. I think it was a green gear, maybe teal. And he was super interested in what I was drawing, and he was like, "That's so cool." His son was into anime or manga or whatever, and he actually went onto my site, and yeah, it was fun. It was a good old fashioned. It was a good old fashioned San Francisco welcome. It was. It really was. That's the American in his natural habitat. The only other place I felt similarly welcomed was Italy. The Italians were very nice, but not nice in a different way. They're also very forward, and like people get creeped out by them. But no, I like the Italians, but the Americans are much more I don't know. Even just at random places, we went to Subway, and I was interested to see, you know, what the difference between, you know, American and Australian is, and that the woman was just so happy that I went to her Subway. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you came all over the world to my Subway." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I didn't come here for your Subway, but, you know, happy to be there." She was just so happy. I get along with forward people best for obvious reasons. I'm a bit standoffish, but I'm happy to chat and everything, but I don't know, I'm a bit more in my own space. Speaking of America, some exciting news today. A spicy bill was just passed. What was the bill? We have a terrible bill on the table, on the cards. I don't know if you caught, I'm sure you probably did, what happened in Sydney the other week. They're just talking now about passing some UK-style anti-hate speech laws that is just designed to make it so there's even less free speech here. So, zang. I'm sorry for Subway. No, the Subway was actually pretty good. I like Subway. I have nothing against it. Everyone hates it. It's a sandwich. What do you want from it? Jared wanted to personally welcome you to his. I live in Canada here. All the bills are terrible. Yeah, same in Australia. Every new law that's proposed is like the worst thing I've ever seen. Do you like the social media restrictions for kids law? No, because I believe that's a parental issue. We already don't let, she already doesn't have those accounts anyway, but it's just like stopping her from watching YouTube, which it doesn't anyway, because you can watch it anyway. So, I mean, YouTube is where she's learning all about what's actually going on in the world. Why would I want to stop her from like that's what they want to stop. They want to stop people from actually kids from seeing how much that their schools are just teaching indoctrination. That's what they want to do. But no, the parents should stop them from getting onto friggin', TikTok and Snapchat and everything when they're that young. Anyway, that's my opinion. I gotta go to work. I didn't finish it. I'm gonna do all the detail and shadows and everything, but I can actually stop the recording, save this. Yeah. Bit of little devil's in the details. That hand's a bit janky, but that's all right. Fix that up. Put the shadow in the fur. Bit of depth. Stats just finishing yours. I mean, I got 7 minutes until I go to work. If you can post it in the next 7 minutes, I can bring it up. In one states here, we had a law similar to the banning of under 16 from social media. It was repealed by a judge. It's all bogus. They can go on to Blue Sky. There's no blocking of porn sites or anything like that. It's just really, I think, any kind of situation that comes about, they're going to try and strong arm into introducing the digital. They've already got digital ID here in Australia. It already exists. It's already out. You can get it. You can use it for your taxes and everything. It's there. But it's about trying to force it into everyday life. So on the 27th of December, you won't even be able to Google search if you're under the age of 16. Apparently that's what's happening. So we'll see how that works, and how are they going to know? Like they would on Twitter, for example, to sign in, if you weren't verified, you had to show that you were over 16. People were just taking photos of random faces and using that as biometric. So like it's like take a selfie and they just hold it up against a picture of a dude. And it's like, all right, you're in. So it's like, it's completely pointless. It's the workarounds are so much easier than I ever imagined they would be. But it's all just the slow progression towards digital ID, digital currencies. Yeah. Do you feel safer now? The pew-pews are even more illegal now. Well, yeah, no, they're going to go after the farmers now. That's really the only people who legitimately have guns anymore. There are actually quite a lot of guns. I don't know why. It's not very, we don't have a gun culture here. It's not very normal for people to have guns in urban settings, but apparently there are some. It's stupid. The laws are there. We have the strictest gun control in the world, one of. All they need to do is enforce them, but they just don't. No, I don't feel any safer. In fact, they just caught another bunch of Islamists trying to do another one just yesterday. I think technically it bans public funding of those procedures, not necessarily procedures themselves, says Mo. X is restricted, but Blue Sky is okay. Exactly. I see what they're doing. It's all about government control over its citizens, 100%. Post it. All right. This is a rush job since I got in late. All of your stuff looks great, Stat. Let's have a look here. What do you got for us? All right, let me just close some of these things. Let's go have a look. Stat has drawn us I assume a Norse warrior child. Very nice. All right. Let's have a look here. Our pal, the Lucent comic, was drawing a Viking little kid. I took on the challenge for a super fast sketch myself. Here is the result. Look, and he's making these are like snowman enemies. Very cute. He's got a little hammer. I like his little dungaroos, whatever it is. It's very young. That's very good. He says, I speak too soon. No. Topically enough, Stats version is Bluth-esque. There, we were talking about Don Bluth earlier. Mo says, first they come for your guns, next your boomerangs and noise. Well, they're already come for the knives. The boomerangs, I guess, they're next. That's awesome. All right, I got to go to work. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. Do something. Until then, have a great one. All right, guys. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.